the end of the hearing, if they're not on there, they did have an opportunity for in-person hearing, but where there's some notice errors in there, so then we allowed this to be a second opportunity for those living on Kauai to provide any testimony that they wish to have. So this is a public hearing on PUC docket number 2024-0158, Hawaii Gas's application for approval of rate increases and revised rate schedules and rules. I'm Leo Ascension, Chair of the PUC, and I'm joined tonight by Commissioner Naomi Kauai and Commissioner Colin Yost. We also have Angelo from the Division of Consumer Advocacy. Today's hearing will be recorded and later transcribed by a court reporter. Just a reminder, if anyone wishes to testify, please sign up at the table when you enter the room, or if you're on the WebEx, please open the chat and let us know that you wish to testify. State law requires that the Commission hold a public hearing whenever a public utility proposes a rate increase. The Commission published a notice of today's public hearing in the West Hawaii today on October 7th, 14th, 21st, and 26th, as well as the Hawaii Tribune Herald on October 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 27th. The Commission also filed the public hearing notice in its publicly accessible database, CDMS, on September 3, 2024. Hawaii Gas's requests are described in more detail in the company's application filed on July 26, 2024, and in the hearing notice. In general, Hawaii Gas is requesting Commission approval of the following: a total revenue increase of $24.346 million, or approximately 17.67% increase over revenue at current effective rates for the normalized test year 2025. They are also seeking approval of revisions to its rate schedules and rules, and approval of a main upgrade program and insurance premium recovery rider. Hawaii Gas is also seeking other relief as may be just and reasonable under the circumstances. The purpose of tonight's hearing is for the Commission to take testimony and not to answer any questions about the application. However, both Hawaii Gas and the Division of Consumer Advocacy are available if anyone has any questions for them at the conclusion of the hearing. As I noted, the scope of the public hearing is limited to the issues listed at the outset and that are included in Hawaii Gas's application. Ground rules for testifying this evening: Hawaii Gas will be given 5 minutes to discuss their application, and the consumer advocate will be given 5 minutes to explain its role in the process and present any testimony. All other testifiers will have 3 minutes to present testimony at this hearing. Testifiers may not give all or any portion of their allotted time to another testifier. You may submit comments in writing to the Commission by email or by regular mail. Please reference docket number 2024-0158. You can email comments to puc@hawaii.gov, or you can mail comments to the Public Utilities Commission, 465 South King Street, room 103, Honolulu, Hawaii, 96813. If you do testify this evening, at the beginning of your testimony, please identify yourself, state whether you are testifying on behalf of an organization or as an individual, and state whether you support or oppose Hawaii Gas's request. So we will begin with testimony from Hawaii Gas, followed by the Division of Consumer Advocacy, and then anyone from the public who has signed up either here in person or online, the WebEx platform. So first, I'm going to call Mr. Panelli.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. This side.
It's on. Yeah, if you can try to speak directly to it, sure, that would help.
Good evening, Chair Sunchen, Commissioners Kauai and Yost, the Division of Consumer Affairs, and members of the public joining us tonight. My name is Diamond Giacomelli, Manager of Regulatory Affairs at Hawaii Gas. We have a presentation titled Hawaii Gas Rate Proceeding Hilo Public Presentation dated October 29, 2024 that we are submitting as part of the record and stand on that presentation. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you, Mr. Giusmelli. Mr. Angelo?
Good evening, Chair Sunchen, Mr. Kauai, Mr. Yost, and members of the community. My name is Michael Angelo, and I serve as the Executive Director of the Division of Consumer Advocacy in the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, also known as the Consumer Advocate. Consumer Advocate represents the interests of consumers in regulated public utility and transportation matters before the Public Utilities Commission by advocating for the provision of safe and reliable utility services delivered cost effectively, equitably, and in alignment with the state's clean energy and climate goals. I'm here this evening to listen to the community's comments and concerns regarding the gas company LLC doing business as Hawaii Gas request to the Commission for a rate increase to revise rate schedules and rules in this matter. Hawaii Gas requests a total revenue increase of $24.346 million, or approximately 17.67% increase over revenue at current effective rates. The company further seeks approval of a rate of return of 9.05% on rate-based revisions to its rate schedules and rules, and approval of 2 tariff riders. Consumer Advocate will independently review the reasonableness of Hawaii Gas's requested rate increases and revised rate schedules and rules. Part of our analysis, we will conduct discovery where we will request data and information to evaluate the company's support for the requested rate increases, revised rate schedules and rules. Then, later in this proceeding, we will submit the results of our analysis and recommendations to the Commission for their decision on Hawaii Gas's requested relief. Tonight, however, we are here to listen to the community's concerns and comments regarding proposed rate increases and revised rate schedules and rules. Any concerns and comments that you may have are an important part of our evaluation of Hawaii Gas's request. We encourage the public to express your opinions to the Commission and our office regarding Hawaii Gas's proposal and the impact that the requested relief might have on you if the Commission approves the requested increase. This will assist the Consumer Advocate and the Commission in our work. As we move forward, please feel free to contact the Consumer Advocate's office at any time to share your thoughts, concerns, and questions regarding this or any other utility matter. Thank you for the opportunity to offer these comments. We will be available for questions and provide the contact information for our office. That is, our mail address is P.O. Box 541, Honolulu, Hawaii 96809. Our email is dca@dcca.hawaii.gov, and our phone number is 586-2800. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Angelo. I do see a couple of people online, and I'm not sure you folks, other than our PUC staff, support staff, but can't see any identification. I believe Steve Parsons from Hawaii. Would you like to?
Yes. Aloha. Is it my turn to speak or?
Yes, go ahead, Mr.
Okay. Mahalo. I'm just jumping on this call. Can't see myself. I hope you can see and hear me okay. I assume I have 2 minutes?
3 minutes.
Thank you. And I haven't prepared things, but my name is Steve Parsons. I live on Kauai in Hanapepe, and I am a gas customer right now, but I'm trying to limit that. I am also a member of Kauai Climate Action Coalition and some other environmental groups, Kauai EV, et cetera. So basically, I and our group generally are opposed to a rate increase on, and just the grounds are kind of, with respect to everybody that works there, that everybody has to work. I understand that. However, it's part partially not it's a mainland company a little bit. It's not Hawaii, and I don't believe it's a clean energy company. I don't like their title, just personally, because frac gas is part of the mix, and that's a bad multiplier for climate change. So I'm not okay with a for-profit company at the expense of our environment, our INA, and unfortunately we're a little bit behind. I also know that many municipalities are trying to sometimes merge these two entities, meaning a gas company and electric company, to expedite the getting off gas as fast as possible. Electrification with heat pumps, etc., is a wonderful thing. The gas from the burning stuff inside the house is not good for your health, but most of all, it's our climate. So I would also encourage the PUC commissioners, not sure your titles, forgive me for etiquette, but just what can we get these companies to do to expedite reducing their carbon footprint as fast as possible, including electrification of homes. But how about their fleet? And I would encourage Hawaii Gas, in the meantime, while you are operating, that you would be trying to electrify your fleet as fast as possible and not participate in the burning of fossil fuels that way. And you're probably going to save a lot of money when you do that, by the way. So maybe look for some ways to do that. That's most of what I want to say. I'm feeling sort of kind of pressured and on the spot, but I think there's a lot of validity what I said. I think there's other states that are doing this at a high level. I'm not sure. I think there's some loopholes I'm not sure why the state's allowing gas appliances to be sold anymore. I think there's some different legislation that needs to be, looked at. So I think some people are. So I feel like I don't have a timer in front of me. I feel like I'm probably getting towards the end of my time. Is that right?
Yeah,
okay, well, I'm going to assume that's true. And I guess since I don't have anything to say, I don't want to ramble. But those are some important points that I would encourage Hawaii Gas to consider, and commissioners, whoever has control over this. I think that's got to be part of our mix. Is okay, if we get this, we have to have this, short term, but we got some biofuels that are going on over here in Kauai and some other places that are burning 85% cleaner emissions, et cetera, south the tailpipe, right now. So, if, by the way, Hawaii Gas, if you do have any diesel vehicles, I'd like you to switch to biodiesel that's grown in Hawaii as soon as possible and reduce your footprint by 85% overnight by doing that. Anyway, probably rambling, all good points, all important for fighting climate change along the way. So I'm going to stop unless anybody has any questions for me.
Right, Mr. Parson. Just as a reminder, I'm not sure if you was on when I mentioned you can also still submit written comments to the PUC. Okay. And earlier, also, send a copy to the consumer advocate if you wish to do so. And we can get that information out on our site. But just in case you do want to email any comments to the PUC, you can do it. Just email it to puc@hawaii.gov. Okay. And then please reference the docket number 2024-0158.
2024 I can see it on the email probably, but
it's up on the screen right now, I think.
Okay,
our staff,
thank you. Got it. And sorry, one last just technical piece. It was extremely difficult for me to get on. I had to try to go on my phone, download some stuff in here. So I'm guessing I just, I heard about it. I've tried to mention it to a couple other environmental groups, and I just, personally, I wish we could extend some of these hearings, because I don't know there's enough transparency and people had access. But maybe a proper notice was done, and maybe everybody that wants to be on, be able to say something can. But I will try to get some testimony in. Last question, what's my deadline for email testimony?
You can do it at your leisure, but I will say, and I'll get to this in the closing, we're continuing our review of the application, and it takes us some time to do that. But you can submit the comments at any time, but probably I would say the sooner the better.
Okay.
So that kind of later, yeah.
mahalo for everything you do and keeping everything in mind. As I said, I'm going to mute now, and I appreciate Hawaii Gas taking those comments seriously also.
Okay, and if you want to stay on an unrecorded part of this program, this meeting hearing will be thereafter with the consumer advocate and representatives from Hawaii Gas who are here can talk to you folks that are online, and we'll get them in front of a camera or get them in front of the monitor here so that you guys can just have any questions that you have for those entities. You can certainly ask them, but it will be an unrecorded part of this hearing, right? This is just between you and the consumer advocate and Hawaii Gas if you want to have questions for them. So, okay, thank you very much, Mr. Parsons. I think there's one more person, but I'm not sure if the person wants to testify. I don't see an identification here on the, just seeing a purple black background. So
I can tell you the name, Mr. Metros, but he hasn't written in the chat.
okay. All right. So seeing no one else, let me move to adjourn this hearing, the formal part of this hearing. Following the conclusion of this public hearing, the Commission and the Division of Consumer Advocacy will continue with their review of Hawaii Gas's requests. The process will conclude with the Commission's issuance of its written decision. So this concludes the public hearing for docket number 2024-0158. Thank all of you for attending and participating. And so I'm going to ask now that if Hawaii Gas kind of want to come up here and the consumer advocate and have a discussion. I'm not sure, Mr. Parsons, if you have questions, but we'll provide that opportunity. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll stand adjourned. We got a camera over here. Oh, it's right over there.
Okay.
You can bring that. So, Mr. Parsons, you can go.